Choropleth method. Data regarding various variables is shown by shades or tint for various colors. The data used for different variables is obtained through various processes such as measurement, surveying, etc. In this method, only one variable is given to one sub-administrative unit in a region. The smallest and the largest value of the given data of the variable are taken into consideration. After that, 5 to 7 classes are made. Each class is assigned a tint of same color or black and white pattern as shown in these figure. The shades or patterns become darker with the increasing value of given variables and are drawn accordingly. As shown in the figure A and B, you can see these two maps are of the Amravati district. The distribution of this population is shown with the help of tint of one color, that is pink in, which gradually becomes darker as the value increases. Amravati and Achalpur shows the highest density, which is more than 400. Bhatkuli, Mosira, Tiusara, Varud, Nandgaon, Chikaldhara, these shows the population between 301 to 400 and 201 to 300 respectively. The density of population of Chandur Bazar, Chandur Railway, these are between 101 to 200, whereas Chikaldhara has the very less population, which is less than 100. Isopleth method. In isopleth method, counter maps and isobars, these are used. The distribution is shown with the help of lines showing the equal values. When the distribution of variables is continuous, like altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc., isopleth method is used to show these distributions. For these maps, we need to obtain the accurate data regarding the altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. of some places in a region. It is assumed that the difference between the altitude and the rainfall of two places change at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration. Statistical data belongs to represent Statistical data belongs to a respective place such that the data is known as point-related data. On the basis of this information, isopleth maps are drawn, prepared by following certain steps. By considering the highest and the lowest value of the variable, the class interval is decided to draw the isopleth maps, which in turn decides the difference between the lines. Lines are drawn for the decided intervals. Locations with the same values are joined by the lines. If the lines are closer to each other, then the change in the variable is steep. And if the lines are away from each other, then it is gentle. We get an idea of natural trend of the distribution of variables with the help of map. In this following map, we note the following points. We see the highest rainfall is 1300 millimeters, which is to the north. From north to south, the rainfall goes on decreasing. From 1300, the lowest rainfall in millimeters is 800. The direction of rainfall goes on decreasing from north to the south and towards the east too. The lowest rainfall value is 800. Make friends with map. The map on page number 5, figure 1.4 shows the density of population of Kolhapur district. Density of population is shown with different tints or different shades, as you can see there. The population is divided into 3 categories: more than 400, 201 to 400, less than 200. If you see, towards the eastern side, the population is more, and if you see towards the north and the western side, the population is less. Shahuwadi, Gaganbawda, Azra, Chandigarh, these are with the less population than 200. Radhanagari and Gargoti are between 200 to 400. Pannala, Hatkalangde, Shirod, Kolhapur, Kagal and Gadinglas, these are with more than 400, which are to the east and to the southern side of the Kolhapur district. Here you find this map is drawn with the help of choropleth method. The second map is to your left hand side, which shows the average distribution of rainfall of Kolhapur district. If you see, the rainfall goes on decreasing from west to east. The highest value of the rainfall is 2400 millimeters and the lowest is 600 millimeters. The rainfall goes on decreasing from west to east. The class intervals are shown with the help of tinting method. This map is drawn with the help of isopleth method. Let us draw a map. Try this. Trace the outline map of Nandurbar. Draw it on a piece of paper with the help of tracing paper along with its talukas and district boundaries. See the population table given along the map. On the basis of this statistical data, decide the values and the dots considering the highest and the lowest value of the population. To draw the dots of uniform size, take a ball pen refill. Close the back end of the refill with cotton. Press this end on a stamp pad and draw the imprint of dots wherever required. While placing the dots, consider physiography, water sources, roads, railways, talukas, and district headquarters also. Importance of geographical field visit. Field visit is a very important study method in geography. Geographical concepts and elements can be directly experienced through field visit. Field visits are extremely useful for understanding the correlation between humans and environment. Preparation for field visit. Before going to field visit, decide the place and the purpose of visit. The elements which will be observed in the field visit should be decided earlier. Study the location map and the route map of the place to be visited. Distance, transport route, means of transport, and duration of field visit should be planned ahead. With the help of teachers, students should prepare a questionnaire. Selection of the study area. How you should select the study area. Geographical field visit is organized for the study of various elements such as physical landforms, river banks, dams, coastal areas, tourism sites, offices, or museums related to geographical elements, villages, forest areas, etc. Elements should be selected after studying the local condition. The necessary permission letter have to be obtained. For a field visit, you should carry a notebook, specimen questionnaire, pen, pencil, scale, tape, compass, a bag for collecting samples, maps, cameras, etc. Precautions to be taken during field visit. It is very necessary and important to ensure the safety of ourselves during the field visit. Firstly, you should obey the instructions given by the teacher. Second, you should not go to unknown remote places alone. During field visit, you should try to understand the local circumstances by conversing with the people. You should also ensure that you do not harm the environment in any way during your field visit. You should always keep a first aid box with you for emergency circumstances. Report writing. After completing your study area, a field report should be written on the basis of the information that you have obtained after your complete field visit. Following steps are very necessary to be followed while writing a report. You should add photographs wherever necessary. Introduction should be given to the report writing. Route maps, location maps should be added with the report. Physiography, climate, population, environmental problems and measures taken to correct them should be precisely noted. Land utilization also should be considered. Lastly, you should end your report with the conclusion in your own words. This was all the lesson about. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked it, share it with your friends and give a thumbs up.